to make sure that we are gone live and that it sounds good. We're not there yet. Hold your horses. Hold all them goddamn horses. Oh, come on. This stupid thing. Waiting. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. We are live with the Blue Room podcast. Today I'm here with one of my best friends, one of the friends I've had the longest in my entire life, Miss Shae Motz, who is
Hello.
a fantastic tattoo artist here in Calgary. Just fantastic artist in general. And one of my favorite people of all time. So hello, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm quarantined just like everybody else.
Yep.
Just like you.
Yep.
You're not working right now.
No, I've been self quarantined for 11 days now.
Okay.
So yeah, not working. Made the choice.
But you have been working because every day, every single day, I get a little notification that says Shae Motz is going live, and you're always painting,
It's the only thing I can do right now to like keep me sane.
which is good.
So
Which is good. And I've kind
yeah.
of I've chimed in on a couple of them. And so just tell me about some of the stuff that you're like painting and some of this, like how you're working through this weird, fucking awful thing that we're all going through.
I mean, the first few days were pretty brutal because it wasn't mandated. Like I did it on my own.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of self-doubt, a lot of should I be doing this? Should I be not working and losing income? Are they going to make it longer than it's going to be? But I kind of had to sit down and have a couple conversations with myself as to what was important. And everything financially, emotionally, all that stuff had to come into play. And I just, in my heart, couldn't do it.
Right.
And luckily, I've been an artist my entire life. So my fallback has been painting and doing illustrations and commissions. I started off doing so many of my own pieces and just like, sorry, that's my dog. Doing so many, just the weirdest paintings I possibly could, just to kind of like unleash. And then I started taking on commissions and really cool projects from awesome clients. It sorry, I don't know.
Don't
I mean, I've
ever
been
apologize about the dot. Like I saw a thing this morning that was like for like any like work video chats or whatever, like nobody doesn't want to see your dog.
Do you want to see her? She's
Yes, of
pretty funny.
course. Of course. You don't ever. Oh, look at
This is maybe.
you. Maybe.
She'll probably bark because you're talking to her.
Hello, maybe.
Oh,
Hello. Look how cute you are.
she hates me.
Oh, I.
Um, but yeah, I've just been kind of doing as weird as possible. I think
Right.
in my darkest times, no matter where I've been at, I've always resorted to painting, and that's when the coolest stuff comes out. I mean, I've done paintings in the last almost 2 weeks that I never would have done,
Right.
Ever. So I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful for the opportunity. I know a lot of people don't have that opportunity, so I'm kind of just taking it as it is.
Totally. And I mean, that's the thing with this. It's a really weird time. So, realistically, the only thing anybody expects of you is to just do your best.
Yeah, sorry, that's the stool. And I was doing another conversation this morning with a couple of tattoo friends. We were doing like a live chat, and everyone is dealing with this differently, and everybody is handling it differently, has their own personal hell and back to deal with,
Right.
and we're all kind of trying to get through it at the same time surviving and helping society. So
Yeah.
it's a test of human nature. It's a test of how much you give a shit, and I really give a shit.
Yeah, you do.
So I care about my clients so much and their safety, and I care about my family, and I care about the people who are on the front lines working right now, doing necessity jobs and things to help us get through it. And it does them an injustice if we're just kind of taking it as nothing,
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah, for sure.
And that's my opinion. I mean, again, there's people out there who have kids and they have, really big, important investments that, not investments, but responsibilities that they can't just not do. And I
Yeah.
get that. So they're doing their own version of social distancing and contributing in a positive way. But some people aren't. I'll give it to Calgary though. Like, we've smartened up a bit. So,
They have smartened up because now the most cases in Alberta are in Calgary.
yeah, actually in my area.
Oh.
I'm in the Northwest and I'm surrounded by like 28 here, 34 here,
Yeah.
17 here. I'm in the heart of it. So like
Yeah.
I only leave my house to take my dog outside. Like that's it. Like
Yeah.
no,
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 that's fair.
yeah,
I
no.
think I've left the house in the last like 10 days. I think I've only left the house twice.
Yeah.
And it was to like go to the office and then come straight home.
Yeah.
And so
And I mean, again, everybody is in different situations where they don't, like Andre, for example, my boyfriend, he's in the medical world. He deals with radiology. He doesn't get to not be at work. Like he has to be at work, and he's dealing with people who have cancer and people who have been battling diseases and viruses for who knows how long.
Right.
And that's where his head's at. So it's everyone has their own issues that they're dealing with, and getting mad at the government for not giving them enough money or soon, and everyone's unhappy with how other people are dealing with things, and it's like no one is used or trained to deal with a pandemic.
No.
Like nobody. So
well, it's not something that any of us ever thought we would see in our lifetime.
No, man.
Never
Can you what
once.
a time to be alive? Like,
I
this
know.
is but a time to be alive where the solution to a pandemic and the solution to a possible deadly virus, because some people don't believe it's true, regardless if it's true or not, regardless if it's a conspiracy or it's legit or whatever your reasoning is, the solution is to stay the fuck home.
Yeah.
Go on your Netflix, do some painting. I mean, could it be any more easier for the people who have the opportunity? I'm not talking about the people who don't have the opportunity, and I want people to know that my heart is with you, and I know that not everyone has that choice, but for people who can,
well, exactly, for the majority of us that aren't essential and who have been deemed essential, our job is to stay home.
Yeah.
And that to me is like a dream job.
Well, and some people don't have an ideal home situation, and
course.
that I empathize with a lot. But for those of us who can do something just by simply staying home, and my entire life, I'm a hermit. You know me. I don't like to leave my house.
No.
Like, I just don't. I'm an artist. I stay home and I paint. So now that I'm being encouraged to, to actually sustain myself on it, it's like, all right, I get you, universe. Okay.
So with that being said, like with you being the person you are, and liking staying home and just kind of doing your own thing, the introverted kind of side of you.
Yep.
Have you felt like over the last 11 days, like getting to this point, do you feel like there's part of you that's kind of just like, fuck, I just want to go somewhere. Like, I just want to go to a bar, or I just want to go to a fucking movie theater or anything. Like, is there part of you that kind of feels that, or are you just like, no, I'm perfectly content?
I just want a tattoo.
Yes, fair enough.
I couldn't give two shits.
But beyond going to work,
no.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, I want to ride my motorcycle, which I will do once it's riding season, because there's people out right now, and I'm like, guys,
it's a little early.
There's still some gravel and some ice, and I mean, I could go on my bike and fuck off for 2 hours and not be.
But that's different. Like, you're still.
That's different. I can still be away from people.
Yeah, you're still following social, and that's the same for me. Like, I really my car's been parked for like 6 months, and I'm like, I just want to go drive.
Yeah. And like, so other than my two passions, which is tattooing and motorcycles, I'm cool with it, because I mean, that's my life as it always has been. I've always been a homebody and really just enjoyed my time creating, and art is my life. There's been nothing else that has taken over me other than art. So that's fair. Yeah. No, I get and again, no one else. Not a lot of people can say that. So I'm kind of the anomaly in it, but
no, that's fair. I mean, Krista's the same way. My wife, she's been totally fine this whole time, just being at home and doing her thing, and I'm the one that's kind of like, oh, I want to go out and not.
Well, you're a social butterfly.
So. I'm split. I do
Yeah.
like my home time and kind of vegging out, doing nothing, watching Netflix. I love that. But then at the same time, I'm like, fuck, like I really want to go to a movie theater. Or I really want to go and just like go for dinner. Like I want to.
Well, when the option's taken away from you,
Oh yeah, that as
then
soon
you're
as
like,
it's
oh, bitch, what?
excuse me, no. Give
Yeah.
me my fucking movie theaters back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want
When
my
it's but we're gonna come out of this with so much, like, no one's gonna be the same after this. Nobody.
No.
And how you come out of this situation is, just gonna determine the person you are after this. And man, there's gonna be things like the amount of times I've turned down gatherings and dinners with friends. I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I promise I'll go this time. Like,
I know.
like I've turned down a lot of events and going out, and I'm kind of like, okay, just kidding. I'll do it.
Yeah, like, oh, I miss, I, it's like that meme that keeps popping up. That's like I tested positive for missing the homies, and like,
Yeah.
it's not even about like, necessarily just wanting to go places. I just want to go and like do my normal thing of like going and hanging out with my friends and like just like fucking sitting on their couch playing video games or like and I can't do that. And that's that's what hurts me the most.
Yeah.
The thing that hurts the most out of all of this is the fact that our hockey season got cut short. That is the fucking I know it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of everything that's happening, and like it's
still
such
sucks.
a small fucking oh my god.
I mean, it's okay because I'm not a Canucks fan anymore. So I mean, I thoroughly enjoy hockey on a different level. Yeah. So I mean, Andre is a Habs fan, so
okay, fair enough.
Shit gets a little wild in the house, and I just decided this year that I'm a Golden Knights fan because I'm obsessed with Vegas. I have no other reason.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
No other reason. No. So I bought a jersey. I committed. I was like, it is what it is.
No, that's fair. I mean, thankfully last year, my St. Louis Blues finally won the fucking Stanley Cup. Like that was
my heart felt for you. I was so excited.
Oh my god, that was amazing. That was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That was one of the best, honestly, because none of my teams have ever won a major sporting event, like where I've seen it live. So shut the fuck up. I get it. But hey, the Oilers were on an amazing run this year. They were like poised to absolutely make the playoffs.
They're the reason this is happening.
And it would seem so.
I mean, it sucks because like those are things that as Canadians especially like that's our life. Like we love sports and we love doing certain things. But what really blows my mind is that like no one goes outside like, ever. And now there's a pandemic where we're encouraged to do lockdown and people are like, let's go to the park.
Yeah.
Let's go to the dog park. It's like no, that's not no.
No. Stay home.
Go home.
Go home. And if you absolutely have to leave your house, stay fucking at least 15 feet away from other people. Like, I know it's ridiculous.
But I mean, the longer we don't comply, which I hate using that word because like, don't tell me what to do. But the more we don't comply and kind of take it as seriously as it needs to be taken, the longer this is going to carry on. And I know that's like, sounds like, beating a dead horse, but it's like, then why aren't we doing it? I don't understand why it's so difficult to comprehend that,
Well, some people are petulant children that don't follow the rules.
Well, as of now, Edmonton, it is closed down. So tattoo shops are closed down in Edmonton, mandated.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, as of today, or yesterday. It'll happen in Calgary. It's going to happen because we're not doing it on our own.
Right.
So.
Well, yeah, because there's still quite a few shops that are open that I've seen.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not faulting them for that at all. I mean, they got to make a living.
You do you.
You got to make a living, and I fully get that. So it's
my shop. I mean, everyone is it's a private shop, and it always has been. We've never been a walk-in shop, and it's very, very private, like private rooms and everything, and everyone kind of just does their own thing, and no one. I mean, we're adults, make your own choices, and kind of be as safe as you can, and do you. We can't getting mad at people and getting aggressive and judgmental. It's not going to do anything.
No.
All you can do is spread your. I'm trying to spread my concerns and positivity and how I'm handling this. I get, not even kidding, hundreds of messages and people thanking me about live painting because they're like, thank you so much for like spreading positivity. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I just had 4 temper tantrums and swore like 1,000 times during that. Okay, that's fine.
No, but it's entertaining for them, and it's something
Yeah,
you're giving them a reason to forget about what's happening.
yeah.
So
And I mean,
that's
the
why.
moment I'm painting, I forget. Like I wake up, I kind of have a moment by myself where I'm like this morning I cried because I just miss my job. I miss my room. I miss my things. And I cried for a bit, and then I came down and I started painting, and it went away. And that has been my life, is painting, for that reason. So,
Right.
and the fact that I'm able to sustain myself, hopefully, on it is amazing. Like, it's incredible. And without this opportunity, I wouldn't have been able to test those limits and do the things that I'm doing now.
For
So I'm
sure.
really, really thankful for that, and that opportunity. As much as not everyone has that luxury.
Yeah.
So
What so tell me about your, because you're at a new shop now.
yeah, I'm
Like
at Boss Tattoos.
you're at
Yeah,
Boss now, so you went from
Brindle
Brindle to Boss
Boss.
now. So
Yeah.
tell me about that move and how that's going.
It's great. I mean, everyone kind of outgrows situations and outgrow environments, and
For sure.
I absolutely loved Brindle Room, and I loved who I worked with, and I loved the entire situation. I am very, very particular on my environments, and for me as an artist, even well before tattooing, I needed a good environment that works well for me. And because I am so green to the industry still, like 3 years is still green. Oh my god, it's been can't anyway. Um,
And I can't believe it's only been 3 years, but we'll
yeah.
get into that.
Oh, thank you. But I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out what I needed, and I found that in Boss. I found the environment I needed, the people I needed, and all of that. And I'm very, very thankful for that. And you don't know. I mean, you don't know until you kind of hop around to different shops and figure out what you need. You don't until you're in those situations.
For
And
sure.
I had the opportunity to try a couple, only three, but like where I needed to be right now, and that's Boss. And I'm so, so thankful for John Stewart, because he is just a wonderful human. So really cares about his artists. So
Nice. No, that's good.
yeah,
I didn't get a chance to come see you at Brindle Room, but
yeah.
I'm gonna come
It
check
was a
out.
wild year. It was a wild year.
Uh,
I got props to Sydney. She's a fun one. I
oh
do
yeah.
love her. She's great. And I miss her dog Bambi like every day, because she's just wonderful. But um, every situation I've been in and every chapter of tattooing, and who I've like learned from and watched and took information from, it's been so beneficial, regardless if it's negative or positive. Like, man, roller coaster ride.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm pretty thankful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So let's go back. So you've only been tattooing for 3 years.
2.5 actually.
Okay, only 2.5. Okay, and this is something, because I've known you for 16 years. I've known you since 2004. That was when we met.
Yep,
So
yep,
in all
yep.
that time, like this is, I knew that you tattooing and you winding up tattooing, I knew it was an inevitability.
Yeah.
But fuck, what took you so long?
Well, I mean, I got married. I
I
got a
know.
got a mortgage. I got the white picket fence,
No, I
and I
know.
did all of that. And I mean, it's really difficult to just kind of give up your entire comfortability to
Well, because
sacrifice it all for something.
you were
And
doing graphic
some
design.
well, and I mean, I did graphic design for almost 10 years. That was my career.
Yeah.
And I woke up one day, and I just, there was an opportunity given to me by my mentor, and he asked me to touch. He asked me. He said, would you be into it? And I was like, man, like, when, in what world, in what situation are you asked to apprentice? Like,
Totally.
so I decided after me and my ex-husband Lane,
Yep.
we chatted about it, and he was super supportive, and then I just kind of went from there and was like, that's it. Like, I'm done. I actually went into my job. I remember I went into my job the next day and sat down in my comfy chair downtown and was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm out. Like, so I committed, like, I dumped my little cup of comfortability and I committed balls to the walls. And I was like, if I can't do this, then what? You know what I mean? Like, this has been my dream. So why not now?
No,
But
and that's really a testament to like um how like passionate and strong you are about what you're doing now, and like that's really inspiring in terms of like you threw caution to the wind and you're like, fuck it, I want to do um what I want to do this. And
oh, you should have heard the words my dad gave me.
was he not
I
happy?
mean, hey dad, so I'm gonna divorce my husband. I'm gonna leave my career of 10 years, and I'm gonna start tattooing and not get paid for it. Okay, like that's literally what I had to tell my dad.
Oh God.
But I mean, there's no, that whole saying there's no time like the present couldn't be more accurate. Like, why not?
No,
I
it's
mean,
true.
I had a mortgage and I had bills, I had all these responsibilities that I had no way of how I'm gonna pay for, like now. And I just was like, fuck it. I want this. I've always wanted this. I've wanted this since day one. And if I'm not going to do it now, when am I going to do it?
And that's
like,
the
when
thing.
am I going to do it?
Exactly. And you would have, if you would have woken up one day when you were like 50
Mm-hmm.
and you'd have been like, fuck, like,
Yeah.
if only I had just dropped the hammer 25 years ago and just fucking done it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's so surreal still. Like, there's times where I catch myself, I'm like, God damn, I'm a tattoo artist. It's just weird.
And you're a fucking good tattoo artist, too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
How many? I have, what, 2 or 3 pieces of on me. I have the jar of teeth.
Yes.
I have the jar of teeth, and then you did my little Pennywise trick-or-treater guy, which I want to get colored in one day.
I was gonna say I should finish that.
You should. And then I think that's all you've done on me so far, but I want to get you to fill in my arm, like my full
do
arm
some creepy fillers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm down.
Perfect. That's why I'm gonna come see you at Brindle Room once all this shit blows over.
No, not Brindle Room.
Oh, sorry, at Boss. God.
It's okay. Bees.
BBB. The hard thing with this whole everybody being quarantined and whatnot, it's just like everybody's posting about like one day we're not gonna have to do this, and one day and one day and one day. It's like, yeah, it's not like it's gonna be like, all right, let's say 3 months from now, there's going to be one specific day where we all wake up and they're like, it's over. Everybody leave your house. It's gonna be.
It's gonna mutate and become another virus that we deal with yearly. That's what I think.
Well, it will do that, but it's going to be this gradual process of where they're like, hey, this section is clean. You can go here, and
they can start doing it again.
Yeah, like it's gonna take I think it's gonna take a lot longer than people realize to fucking get back to normal.
And if we're keeping, I mean, the uncertainty is what scares people.
Yes.
That's the biggest fear mongering process, is that there's uncertainty. There's no, sorry, 2 seconds. Hey, idiot.
It's okay. We're live. It's all good. I'll just vamp while you take care. Maybe. Hey,
she's fine.
We're live on the air. Maybe. Come on, give me a
maybe
break.
Figure your life out.
Go get a job. Maybe. Come on.
Figure it out.
That's what I tell my dogs all the time. They gotta go.
No, she's on edge.
Is she scared of Corona?
No, she is vicious as fuck. Anyway, her boof. Anyway, yeah, so it's the uncertainty of it. I mean, human nature, we want answers. We want it now. We want to know everything. We want the comfort, the safety blanket of knowing when it's going to end. And we don't get that right now.
No.
And we just have to suck it up and listen to the people who are smarter than us.
Yeah.
Because we are not smart people sometimes.
No.
I'm not. I know fuck all about this stuff. I know nothing about this stuff.
No.
So I'm trusting. Call me a sheep, call me whatever you want, but I'm trusting the people who do this for a living. You know.
Well, thankfully, no, I know what you mean, and thankfully here in Alberta, like, do you follow Dr. Dina Hinshaw's like updates and stuff?
No, but I've heard about it. Yeah.
She is one of the most calm, collected people that's like announcing information and like this whole thing, because everybody, like every province, every state, every, you know, like obviously we have Trudeau talking every day, and then in the States, unfortunately, they have the Orange Cheeto talking every day. But I heard,
my homeboy.
I heard, you like Donald Trump?
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't like Donald Trump, but I live for his awkward moments. It's almost as bad as like, I love them. I'm like, you're so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Apparently, I heard yesterday that he gave his like chief medical fucking guy like a gag order that he can't fucking give any more updates to the country, which is, I know. Well, and not only that, you saw that America surpassed China in terms of like number of cases that have been reported? Yeah. They're at like almost 100,000 in there.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, and they're like, suing China and
Oh
all this
yeah.
other biochemical warfare, the stuff, and it's like and that type of stuff is where I really have to like rein back, which is why I go live all the time, because if I'm live, I'm not touching my phone.
Yes.
When I'm live, I'm painting and I'm present, which I know that sounds kind of pathetic that I need that, but I do right now.
No, it's
So
smart.
I put my phone on live. I'm not touching it. I'm painting and talking to my wonderful clients and my friends.
Yep.
And I'm not sitting on the internet, because if I sit and stare at all of these things that are happening in the world, I'll crumble. And
Yeah.
it's not denial. It's not being ignorant. It's filtering what's being delivered to me right now.
Totally.
So
I did a similar thing. I don't follow the Alberta. I don't look outside of Alberta right now, because it's just like, I just want to know. The only thing I want to know is the numbers. Like, give me how many cases were reported, and then if there's any new legislation or whatever the fuck. That's all I want, and then I'll turn it off.
I'm terrified because of Devin. I mean, Devin's in Vancouver.
I know.
And it breaks my heart because he's in lockdown and can't leave his house now.
Did they do a full lockdown?
Yeah, like he can't leave. It's like a $25,000 fine if you're caught going against. Like, they're crazy, but it's Vancouver is like the New York of well, not New York, but it's a very high population, a very condensed population in such a small area. And I mean, I'm terrified for my family. I mean,
course.
My family's in BC, and everyone, it's really bad there, and it's hard for me to not sit there and refresh the graph. I want to see the numbers, and it's like, holy shit, like.
Oh, of course. And Vancouver, and unfortunately, like, a lot of people in Vancouver weren't taking it, or still aren't. They weren't taking it seriously, and that's why they had to do the lockdown.
Yeah,
because they're like,
that's gonna be the same here.
Vacation time, and like that's the biggest thing is people were just like, oh, vacation time, and they started like going down to the fucking water in like large groups, and they're like, you're all fucking stupid. Like, this is not.
Yeah. So I get people who email me still being like, hey, just curious if you had like any opening times during these crazy times. I'm like,
I'm not working.
Blacklisted.
Yeah, like, are you out of your fucking mind?
What? And I mean, there are still people who are tattooing, and like I said, do you whatever. But I've made this choice, and I made it very clear. We all know I'm not about to dilute my opinions, and I'm not about to, no, this is how I feel.
Of course.
If you don't like it, that's on you. I don't care. We're all trying to do our part. I just can't. I can't force anybody to do anything.
No.
But I can give my opinions, and you don't have to listen to me. I'm not smart, but I can tell you where I'm at and how I'm feeling, and why I feel like it's important for us to sacrifice a month's worth of income.
Yeah.
Well, or however long. It could be longer. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Oh, it's so great. I know, because like I quarantined myself, and I was like, okay, well, it'll just be 2 weeks, and now it's been almost 2 weeks, and it's like, oh my god, it's probably gonna be a month. Like, it's that fear kind of builds up, but then I gotta kind of take it day by day and be like, you can't. I see right now there's 5 kids walking in a group past my house.
Oh, good.
Like, but
let's jump off of pandemic fucking bullshit. Let's talk because obviously you're not going out doing things, but I'm assuming that you're watching TV, and are you watching a lot of TV?
No. Like, I watch The Office because that's like my comfort.
Of course.
I've watched some pretty bad reality TV shows, and I haven't watched The Tiger Dude that everyone keeps talking about.
Okay.
And I'm told I should.
Well, okay, I did one of these. I did a live broadcast yesterday with Christoph where we talked about Tiger King. And
Tiger King, that's it. Okay.
Tiger King. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
If you start it today, you won't stop until you're finished. It is fucking crazy.
Is it gonna make me sad though? Like, is it about cats in captivity? Like, am I gonna be bummed about that?
It's there is definitely some of that. It's not solely about that. It's more about this guy named Joe Exotic, who the whole thing is about.
Okay.
But it's the fucking the very first episode, the very first thing they tell you is that Joe Exotic is currently in prison looking at 72 years for a murder for hire plot. That's the very first thing they tell you.
Oh, okay.
So they're not burying the lead in that way where you're like, okay. So they're like, they start at the very end of the story.
Heads up, this has been looked after.
This is where this is going, but the
Yeah.
fucking roller coaster you take to get there, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll probably wait for Andre because like we keep passing it on Netflix and like watching like the preview and me cringing. And I'm like, ugh!
there's definitely some stuff in it that is uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
But
sorry, 2 seconds. This stupid dog. Hold on.
No, it's all good. You do your thing. She wants a treat.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Literally what she's bugging me for right now.
Right. Well, I'm going to keep talking about Tiger King. Yeah, it's Krista watched the first like 3 episodes on her own. And she was like, you should watch this. And I was like, yeah. It's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
And then I started seeing everybody posting about it and how fucking ridiculous it looked. And I was like, all right. So I was like, fine. I sat down and I was like, I was like, you restart it. I'll watch the first episode. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Watched 4 back to back because I was like, fuck, I do not want. I would have watched the whole series in one sitting. It's only 7 episodes, and it's fucking worth it. The whole thing.
I don't want to get addicted because I'm always like, I'm not gonna watch. Like, I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I've never watched.
Fuck Game of Thrones.
What's the fucking Walking Dead? I've never watched any of those.
Yeah, but those shows suck, so don't bother.
I know, like I've never watched any of like Lost. I've never watched any of those things people talk about.
You know, the Tiger King's like a documentary though, right?
Yeah, no, it's a documentary.
Okay.
But like when it comes to that stuff, because it's real, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, like I could probably watch that, and then, I mean, I watch things like Love Is Blind, The Circle, and I'm like, what am I doing?
I watched the last half of The Circle because Krista had watched it and she was like, "Oh, you should. This isn't stupid. Like, watch it." And it was stupid.
It was stupid.
But I did kind of get into it for the last I think 4 episodes where I was like,
but the last episode, I'm like, oh, I hope Chris gets it. Yeah. Like being a fucking loser.
Love Is Blind. That was one I think she tried to get me to watch that one, but she didn't try really hard because she knew
most guys won't.
Yeah, that one was really stupid. And apparently they're doing like 2 more seasons of it or something.
As long as Jessica's not on there, I don't give a shit.
I don't know what that means.
It's okay.
And I don't care.
Okay. Do you want to see my sloth I'm working on?
Yes, I do. I want to see some. Yes, that was the one you were painting last night.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Four-eyed sloth.
I'm going to be illustrating a children's book.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how to write, but I want to illustrate one.
Well, tell me more about that. Expand.
I just decided because this type of painting and everything is very illustrative for like children's books, and I've always wanted to do a children's book, and I'm like, why not now?
Wait, so you don't have an idea for a children's book? You just want to do one?
I just want to do one so bad. Wait. Like a really kind of dark one.
Can I write one with you then?
Yeah, I'm down. I would love to. And I mean, I want it to push the limits as to what you should actually read your children, but still be a children's book.
Well, the fuck, they did that like go the fuck to sleep book for kids. That Samuel L. Jackson did the audio.
So good though. No, Morgan Freeman is the one who did it, isn't he?
No, it was
read it on YouTube.
No, it was Samuel L. Jackson that go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I figured I'd want to. It's another project I should put on my plate. But
why not? I'm down. I'll write a fucking children's
book.
Yeah,
it would be so fun, and I'm just trying to keep myself busy. I think that's the biggest thing. This whole thing is, I mean, people wake up and they're like, "Do this." If no one, my friends, my very, very small group of friends, not one single person has nominated for push-ups because they fucking know.
No, I haven't been nominated either. They know.
Yeah, she's not doing no push-ups, guys.
Nope. I would do them, but I don't want to get nominated.
No, I'm not doing push-ups on the internet, you guys. No.
No, but you know what? But it goes back to what you were saying with people messaging you and saying thank you for going live every day. Because it's just it's these little things that we all need to just distract ourselves from the fact that we're literally stuck at home.
Yeah, I this morning I took maybe out to the backyard. I have a little chair back there and super sunny and beautiful out, and I just sat there and I didn't bring my phone, and I just sat in the sun and like stared at the sky for like half an hour, and completely, I'm not even kidding, I forgot completely.
Really?
Completely. I forgot what was happening for half an hour because I just allowed myself to not think
And
about
I
it.
bet that was the most beautiful 30 minutes you've had in
Oh,
11 days.
and I think people need to understand that like we have control on how we deal with this. It's not like we don't have control what's happening right now outside of it, but we have control on how we deal with it. And like my painting, that's why I'm like, give me all these projects, let me do all these things
Yeah.
because you know.
Well, you're busying yourself, which is good.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
good. And
work doesn't stop for me. I'm just gonna keep going and do what I need to do. So.
well, and art is one of those crafts that like you gotta keep working on. You gotta keep doing it in order to.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and that's kind of why I'm with tattooing. Like, if they close down, like if they say we're done, I'm going to the shop because I haven't left my house. I'll go to the shop and pick up my shit and bring it home. I'm not going to tattoo anybody before anyone says anything. I will not be tattooing anybody outside of my house other than Andre. So,
Wink,
but
wink.
no, I just
no, I
like,
know.
I need my stuff. I mean, it's crazy
Andre's
to
gonna
think
come
of
out
not
with
being
a
able
full
to,
body
but.
like suit out of this. Just
I
need to
come out of
practice
this
on
with
you.
like a crazy fucking like gnarly ass tattoo on my thigh that I did.
Well, and I mean, it's possible. You're like, I just need to practice. Andre, lay down. And just.
That's been our relationship for the last 2.5 years.
No, I guess yeah, that makes sense.
I want to do this. Let me do it. He's like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, and like,
Fine.
I'm funny that I never get those calls. Like, hey,
What?
hey, Link, I need to practice this. Like, all right, fuck, I like getting tattooed.
I know, but he's like super like. I mean, I've tattooed.
And I know he's like right there.
Nobody.
No, that's fair.
Like I tattooed his butt because I was like, "Can I tattoo your butt?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's fine." Just super chill about it. I mean, he's like, super open about it. He's super supportive. So he's like, "Yeah, whatever." I'm like, "Can I tattoo your hand today?" He's like, "Yeah."
Oh, you did his hand too?
Yeah, I tattooed his hand at the convention on the Sunday because I wasn't gonna book anybody because I never get a chance to walk around at conventions ever. And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm just gonna tattoo you on the Sunday." And I tattooed a really sweet raven with a whole bunch of like pirate loot around it.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, super rad piece. I was really excited. He's so open about it. So he's like, "Yeah, whatever you want." So
I haven't gotten to the point where I want to get my hands done, but I'm pretty close. I think I'm gonna get like on my
I thought you had your hands done.
No, like no, not yet. When when Miles finishes my arm, I think
Miles.
I know I'm gonna get him to drop down onto the hand and do something.
Yeah, that's rad. Yeah, my hands. I need to get them redone. They're old, but.
Is that Joey?
Yeah.
Aww.
Look at her.
Little Joey.
I miss her so much.
Yeah, this whole and with this, I was my buddy Adam and I we were he was supposed to go on vacation on April 13th.
Me too.
And then Adam and I were gonna drive from here to Victoria to go see Miles and go see the new shop and stuff.
Yeah.
But now obviously we won't be able to do that, which is kind of a bummer.
I was supposed to go on a bike trip with my dad in June down like Oregon, like the coast, like all the way down.
You might be able to do that. You don't think?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, fair enough. That sucks.
It's June, but I don't think so.
What about like could you push it to like August?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing a rally, like a roundup, a bike roundup with a bunch of women that I'm tattooing at in August.
Okay.
That's going to be moved. It was supposed to be July. It got moved to August. So I think I'm going to push everything. I mean, even with my clients, I've had so many clients that are like, "Hey, can I just push this to like September?" I'm like, "Yep," because we don't know.
That's fair.
So yeah, I'm not doing mass rebooking. I'm doing it week by week because I've had lots of people just automatically volunteer their days to move it, and I'm so thankful for that. But most of the time, I'm just like week by week. I'll email you guys if I need to. I'm not gonna jump the gun and be like, "We're shut down. I'm shut down for a month." No, I'm shut down now.
Yeah, and there's quite a few things that have kind of just like jumped the gun and gone.
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, when I was upset because I bought tickets to Rage Against the Machine.
No, did you pay $1,000?
Almost. Not quite. But that's supposed to be on May 5th.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of like we're talking like March 13th, 14th, they were like we're postponing the first part of our tour, which was up to May 20th. And my initial reaction to that was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Because it hadn't quite gotten that bad yet. They were still.
Yeah, like the reality hadn't set it either. It was the curve was low too. It wasn't
The
even
curve
high.
was low, and so it was more like I was more upset about it then. Whereas now I'm just like, okay, fair enough. Like,
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
hope we get to reschedule. I have Rage on May 5th, and then I have Tool on June 2nd in Edmonton, and I have a feeling that one's gonna get moved too. I know, two of my favorite bands back to back, and I'm just like,
good bands too.
good bands, and like I've never seen. Well, obviously I've never seen Rage live because they haven't toured in.
Yeah, Andre
10,
saw. Well,
15.
Andre's like a dinosaur.
Did
So
he go
he's
to Did he
he
go
saw.
to Coachella like 10
He's
years
what?
ago?
No, he saw them in a completely different venue like years ago. He's 40, so he's like he's got some.
Andre's 40.
I know he looks good for 40.
Damn.
Girl,
I did not know that.
I know.
No, that's super cool.
Yeah, so he's. I mean, it's funny too because like I'm a '90s kid. Like I love the '90s and I love '90s music, but I wasn't a kid in the '90s. I was born in 1990, so I don't have like I'm not like, oh yeah, I saw the Cranberries or like you know what I mean. Like I don't have any, but he does.
Yeah.
So I'm like I'll be jamming out to like Pearl Jam, and he's like, yeah, I saw these guys then. I'm like, when? He's like, when I was around for that time. I'm like,
yeah, he was a teenager when that shit was happening.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
we were babies.
So it's just super funny because like I like deem myself a '90s kid. No, I'm a '90s infant.
See, and so. I deem myself an '80s kid, and I was born in '88, so I'm not really an '80s kid at all.
But I mean, yesterday I had an emo day. Not like I was emotional, but I had an emo music day.
Yeah.
Man, I was busting out like Hawthorne Heights. Oh man, it was. And I was just jamming, having a good time painting, listening. You know,
any
some black my eyes. What was I listening to? There was like Vendetta Red.
Oh my god!
Right?
I haven't heard that name in a very
I thought of
working
immediately.
Time.
I was like, oh my god! But yeah, I was listening to some crazy old tunes, and I really realized I'm like I wasn't a '90s kid, like 2000 emos for life.
Yeah, we were 2000 kids.
Yeah,
because that's when we really came into. I like my music taste didn't really even like kind of take off until. Like 2004 once I had moved.
Well, how many shows did we go to? Like, oh man, like that's so many shows.
Hundreds. Oh yeah, like lots of local shows, and then like it was like every time Alexis on Fire is coming to town. All right, we're going to that. And
okay, and that's the thing is like every time people are like, oh my god, I'm gonna go see them, and like, they're retiring. I'm like, fuck you guys. Okay, I saw you back at like Bone-Ass Community Center. Don't even come at me with your retiring bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, don't. And I went to their, their last farewell tour, which was like 6 years ago at the BMO when it was a really shitty sound.
Yeah.
And like everyone's emotional. They all bought the CD or the vinyl packs, like $250.
And now they're back.
And I'm like, fuck you.
No, and you know what? I like the new songs, like the new song, like Familiar Drugs is a really good song. And I mean, once they eventually put out a new album, I'm sure it'll be good.
Oh yeah.
And they played the Saddle Dome in a few months ago. It was a few months ago.
Yeah.
And I went to the show. The only reason I went to the show is because Tyler wanted to go.
Yeah.
Because he had never seen them.
Like Miller?
Yeah, Tyler Miller. Yeah.
That's awesome.
He wanted to go to the show because he had never. That was the second concert he's ever been to in his life. Yeah, I know. So that's why he wanted to go to the show really bad. He was like,
"It's a good show to go to." Then
he's like, "Fair enough." Like, and I was like, "All right, fair enough. I will go with you." However, they played the Saddle Dome for one. So then I felt kind of gross about how much the tickets were because we had seats. We weren't on the floor. We had seats, and I paid $110 for my seat for Alexis on Fire at the Saddle Dome. I was fucking like, I've never paid more than $60 to see them live.
Do you remember when? Yeah, I remember paying $25.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in the day. Do you remember Airdrie Community Center?
Yep.
Oh man, those were good times too.
Oh yeah, lots and lots of shows there.
Fuck. Man,
it's
reminisce.
Oh, I know. It's funny kind of seeing like what bands continued on. Do you remember the Holly Springs disaster? Okay. So Mike Fro who is the lead singer of Holly Springs Disaster. I've followed him for years because he still
Mm-hmm.
does like solo work, and I love all of his music. His music is fantastic. And then more recently, I think he's a I don't know if he's a registered nurse or what. He's doing
Oh,
something. He's either still in school to become a nurse, or he's doing something in the healthcare field, which is like great for him.
yeah,
But
sweet.
also recently, he was in a like a musical theater thing in like in where he lives in like Saskatchewan, and
Okay.
just like a little like kind of, and that's just so cool. I know, right? It's just so cool to
Yes.
like growing up listening to like fucking Holly Springs and like where they went from that, and now he's doing like musical theater shit, and I think
Yeah.
that's so fucking cool.
Man, it's crazy how people have evolved and like where they go, like whether or not their career goes further, or like where they evolve from that career. It's so crazy.
Oh,
Like
it's
even with you, I mean, how long is like with when it comes to you and like what you're doing now and actually pushing your career with filming and doing all that stuff, like that took way too long, bud.
I know.
But
I know, but I mean,
we
for
all evolve our own way, and
yeah, we
like
all evolve in our own way, and I mean, for
opportunities come.
I had my reasons for
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
got
me too.
stuck in a rut for a long time, and
Yeah.
I was working for the wrong company for a long time, and then
Yeah.
it's one of those things where you think it doesn't matter how loyal you are. Um, there's no loyalty in other. There's no loyalty coming your way from a big conglomerate.
Yeah, it's hard to like remember that you are just a number to some
Yeah.
people, and I think that's one of my biggest things is why, like, especially with what I do now, like, I refuse to ever be that again, where I don't control my own future and I don't control everything I do. I could never go back to working for somebody. I could never,
No.
because every job I left when I was a graphic artist, I was replaced immediately,
Yep.
like immediately replaced, and
Yep.
it's like, okay, then am I that valued? You know what I mean? Like, was I that irreplaceable type of thing?
Yep.
So yeah, it
No,
takes
and
some time.
now and that yeah, exactly. And now you're doing something. You have your own unique style. Pardon me. You have your own unique style, and it's very uniquely you. Like
Yeah.
nobody can replace you in what you're currently doing because people want to get tattooed by you.
When I told myself that like if I wasn't gonna tattoo, there was no compromise.
Right.
There's something in my hair. There was no compromise. Like there was no, oh, I'm gonna do trad or black and gray realism. Like fuck no, there is no compromise. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I know that for a lot of apprentice, they don't have that. A lot of apprentice have to go into it. They get trained by someone super traditional or old school who's like, don't be, a one trick pony. And I disagree with that immensely because I think there's nothing wrong with refining what you're good at and
Totally.
doing that and being good at that. Would you rather an artist be really fucking good at what they do or below average at 7 different styles?
Totally.
Like that doesn't make sense to me. And there's enough clients in this world and business and support that you shouldn't just do it because the 50-year-old crusty ass dude who taught you said you had to.
Right.
Like,
No, it's true.
no, not happening.
No, it's true. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I get a lot of flack for my opinions on it because I am so green to it, but it's like, you know what? I didn't come into this to have some jaded old dude tell me what to do. I respect the industry. I respect the craft. I respect the women that 20 years ago came into this and fought their asses off. Sam Smith even, like, she came into this at the cusp of female artists and really evolved it. And there's all these artists I really look up to who Carrie Arthurs, Heather McLean, all these artists in the city who were here long before I
well,
was.
and exactly, and each one of those people that you just named, like Sam, Carey, like all of them, they're all doing their own unique.
Yes.
You're all of you. You're all doing your
Yeah.
own unique
Yeah.
style. Like
Yeah.
I love Carrie's work and I love Sam's work.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Sam's art on me.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
and
incredible.
and you're all, that's exactly what you should be doing, and you're right.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to fucking
Yeah.
bend
I mean,
to what.
it's great if you can. If you can do a whole bunch of different stuff, fuck yeah, you're crazy and
Absolutely.
talented, and I think that's incredible. But I have lots of people who message me wanting grayscale, or they want, I want this style, but you don't do it, but will you do it anyway? I'm like, why would you want me to do it? Why?
Yeah.
I don't do that.
No,
So
and it's good to be self-aware that way, where you can kind of
yeah,
just be like, look,
yeah,
I'm not the person for
yeah,
you for that. However,
yeah,
I know someone that can
always.
knock it the
Yeah,
fuck out of the park.
yeah.
And that's
I do it all the time.
yeah, and that's good. Like that's good to, cuz you're not like, none of you are in competition with each other. You're all just like
No.
you're all just
Sometimes it feels like we are though, and that makes me
no,
sad.
I
It's like,
know, but
damn.
you should be like, it's all, it should be about building each other up in the industry, and like really, like, okay, you can, if you feel you can't do what this client wants, being able to pass it off to somebody that you feel can,
Yeah,
and then vice versa.
yeah, and it's really cool that we're able to do that, because there's so many of us
Oh yeah.
that if you start to hoard all the clients because you want the money, it's not going to end well for you.
No.
So I
No.
don't know. That's my take. What do I know? Fuck.
Yeah, you're too green.
I'm gonna get in so much shit. Just kidding. I think at this point I just don't give a fuck. I'm like, man, I'm gonna just tattoo and do what I love. And
Well, and that's all it should be.
generations come and go of their different opinions of this industry and how it's growing. And I think there's good and bads to every generation. Like my generation of tattooing, there is some sketchy ass things that are fucking happening. Like,
Yeah.
so everyone has their own downfall, I guess. But I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's fair.
I think we all just have to keep pushing it. And especially with this whole thing, this is really showing who, I've had people who've messaged me after I've gone live and talked, like even this morning, talking about my morals and what I think. And they're like, oh, I want to get tattooed by you even more now because of how fucking sweet you are. And I'm like, well, that it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't think that it's sweet that someone gives a shit. Like you should just,
No.
that's just the way it is. But I don't know.
No, that should just be the norm. But
Yeah. And
unfortunately,
again, some people don't have a choice, and I know that, but some do. And the people that do, I'm like, as artists, man, like the dream was always to, my dream was always to create art to pay my bills, regardless of the medium, regardless tattooing, painting, graphic arts, illustration.
of
That has
course.
always been the name of the game. So this is just a different channel to take right now. So I can't complain about that.
No. That makes sense.
Yeah. And if you're not going to push yourself and use your talents in another way, then I don't know what to say other than figure it out, I guess, if you can. We're literally, we sit here on our phones posting we can do commissions, and people are just funneling in and giving, like, we don't even have to leave our house and we can promote ourselves. Like,
Oh yeah.
why is it, it's not that bad, like for me anyway, like it's not that bad. I can't even sit here and be like, oh my god, I have nothing. Meanwhile, I have 40 emails of people asking me to do commissions.
Yeah. No.
And people, there's lots of people who can do that. You just have to want it. You just have to just want it and want to support yourself in that way. And I have my own opinions on getting help from the government right now, because I don't trust them in the sense of anything they voluntarily give you,
Yeah.
they're gonna want back. So
well, they fucking own all of us right now. It's
yeah.
not it's not good.
So I'd rather, if I can sustain, actually Andre is the reason I think this way, because I'm like, give me my money, give me all my money. And he's like, whoa, you do know that every time you go out, you're not asking, but wanting those handouts, not handouts, but that money back to you that you have given to it. They're always going to want it back in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And I'm not prepared to do that right now.
No, and unfortunately, like I understand the thinking of that, but like unfortunately,
People don't have a choice.
No, people don't have a choice, and regardless of whether or not you take the money, we're all still going to get taxed higher.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I fully agree with what he's saying, but at the same time, it's kind of like you're going to get taxed on it anyway. You might as well take it.
Well, and audited. That's the biggest thing too. Is the moment they have access to giving you something, you're in the fucking. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah,
but it's just. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of undertones that you have to think of right now, and a lot of people they're survival mode, and I think that the government's taking advantage of that, being in survival mode. But
well, they're massively taking advantage of that because they're trying to get. You saw the thing where they're trying to take full spending power all the way through to 2021 or whatever, like get that bill passed, and the like so
that's the scary part.
I know.
That's the terrifying part.
Yeah, that to me is kind of really shady and not what they're they're using the pandemic in beneficial way to them,
Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
beneficial way to the public right now.
Well,
And
even the
that's,
banks, they're all doing it. They're finding
oh, I
ways to
know,
capitalize off of people's desperation and
of course.
survival, and it's super sad. But again,
They're all about to make a shit ton of money off people deferring their mortgage, because instead of the government,
interest.
like the government should be stepping in and going, look, we'll pay your mortgage for a couple
Yeah.
months and just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Instead of, and there's people that are going to lose houses. There's people who are going to get evicted, and the government's saying like, oh no, like we're going to prevent evictions and all this shit. And it's like, that doesn't do fuck all for anyone right now.
It's so sad. But that's where, even us having this conversation, it is generating that fear, and it's generating that uncertainty, and I think it's just really, really scary for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people don't have the luxury to sit here like I am and be like, oh, I'm choosing not to take the help. People don't have that. People need help,
No.
and they need to get through their shit. They need to pay their bills, defer what they can, and just get through the next couple months, whatever means possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I get it, and I feel for anybody who have children and have things that they just don't have, they can't just say no to, and
Right.
I feel so badly for those people. I hate it. It makes me sick to my stomach to think about.
Totally, and I fully agree with your I do fully agree with your idea of like staying off the government's radar as much as possible, and not taking, if you can help it, not taking their money. But there are
That's
a lot
not
of people,
that's not reality for 90% of people.
no, there's
so
a lot of people that are going to have to take that help, and
Yeah.
and I wouldn't even call it help.
No, it's our money. It's not help. It's just
No,
getting back what we've given.
Exactly, and then they're going to want it back.
Yeah.
10
And
times.
it's a vicious circle.
It's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. So I mean, all of those things aside, I think you got to take it day by day. Deal with that when it comes.
Right.
Deal with all of that when it comes. Right now, it's just getting through each day, and however we have to do it. I mean, I know lots of people who are hurting. I know so many people, especially artist friends, they've made the choice to not be at work and are in so much need of help, but they're making the personal choice to not be at work.
Right.
And I applaud you. I applaud you for putting other things before that. And it's terrifying. And you probably, I even found myself regretting not tattooing the last 2 weeks.
Right.
It was like, man, I could have just worked. And then if they're going to do the quarantine anyway, but that mindset is why that curve isn't going down. That mindset that it's just like this allotted time, like you said, and then the virus is gone magically. That's not how this works.
No.
That's not how any of this works.
No,
So,
it's
but
yeah, and I feel that's a very selfless way of looking at it.
yeah.
I mean,
not easy, but
no,
yeah.
and I mean none of us are saints, but like
no.
no.
Excuse me.
Yeah. No, I mean none of us are saints, but at least we can do our small part to help.
Yeah, whatever version of that it is. I mean, if you still have to go to work because there's businesses out there. It's like my friend works at Michael's, and Michael's refuses to shut down.
What?
Michael's, yeah, they refuse. They refuse to shut down their stores.
Well, are they
whatever the reasoning is? And my friend has to go to work or she'll lose her job, and she's like, I'm trying to look at it from 3 months from now when I still need my job. So she's like, I'm gonna go to work because I'll lose it if I don't. Okay, yeah, holy fuck, I get it.
Is Michael's trying to like pretend that they're an essential service?
I mean, I do need that super glue. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, people need crafts. So
and then paintbrushes.
If they shut down, then people can't get their crafts. But at the same
time, what the fuck are we gonna do?
But it's the same. It's like GameStop in the States. GameStop tried to do the same thing where they were like, we are an essential service because people need distractions and they need video games and all this. They actually said this.
Then Shaw and TELUS and all those internet people, they need to be the essential service, not the fucking video game people. Internet should be.
Internet is definitely an essential service right now.
Like, how else would we get through this? That's sad, but it's true.
But in reality, like grocery stores are highly essential right now. And I've actually been super stoked on the fact that both Sobeys is owned, or Safeway is owned by Sobeys, but like Sobeys conglomerate, they're actually paying their employees a premium to work, which is great.
So good.
It's great because I mean, I'm sure all of those people are not stoked to have to go and expose themselves to potentially catching this thing because
just so that we can buy our groceries. Yeah,
exactly. And
Yeah.
so it's like the retail workers and healthcare workers are the ones that are kind of the most at risk, and they're
Well, they're front line. They're considered front line now. You
exactly,
know what I
and
mean? They're the ones doing things that we can't do.
I mean they're literally going they're they're literally going to war with this thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, like they're the most important people in the world right now. And I keep seeing this thing where it's like, when all of this is over, remember, it wasn't the CEOs and all the fucking rich people that
No.
bailed us all out. It was the janitors, the retail workers, and the healthcare workers that got us all through this.
Yeah.
Not even the politicians. The politicians can go fuck themselves too.
Oh man, and that's the thing is, it's like and it's not every time I see a famous person bitch about being in their mansions.
Wah. I'm so bored.
Like, fuck
you.
Like,
Go fuck
no.
yourself.
No, I mean, there's, like I said, there's people who are forced to be in a home that's probably not the ideal home situation for them,
sure.
or they don't want to be there, or like school was their, not to get too dark, but like school was their refuge, and
Of
things
course.
like that. And there's lots of people who are forced to be in situations they don't want to be in right now,
Right.
and my heart goes out to them because that's insane.
Right.
Are you barking at the lady?
Oh, maybe.
Sorry, hold on.
That's okay. But yeah, there's did you see the thing where there's like outrage about Jeff Bezos starting up a relief fund for his Amazon employees and then asking for donations for it?
What?
I'm not kidding.
Hold on 2 seconds. What? Oh my god.
More on that in 2 seconds.
Oh my god. I have to close my blinds because my dog's crazy.
Ah.
Anyway, that's what
I know. So that goes to show that guy's true colors, because he's the richest person on the planet right now. He could literally spend $1 billion of his own money to save his fucking employees, and he wouldn't even notice it was gone. He could spend fucking $13 billion and he would not know it was gone. So fuck that guy. But the problem is that we're
she's chewing on a bone. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. We're so dependent on Amazon right now.
Dude, I have oh, I don't even want to admit how much I've ordered from Amazon.
No, I don't either. It's sad, really.
I'm so sorry.
But we are really dependent. So that dude, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah, donate to my employees relief fund, and then we can be outraged all we want.
We'll do it.
We're still gonna order a ton of shit on Amazon, and that dude's still gonna get richer every fucking day.
Yeah.
It does not matter.
Yeah. He is a convenience will override most things for people, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. That's wow.
I know that leaves a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth.
Gives me heebie-jeebies. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, on a positive note, I think a lot of people are really realizing what values they have right now, what means more to them, and how temporary, because that word gets used a lot, temporary, because we don't know what else to say, but like everything is temporary that we have now, our physical things and all these things we thought were so important. It's like, is it though?
Our lives are temporary.
Yeah.
Like,
oh shit.
Like everything. Everything is temporary. You're right. It's true. It's fucking.
It's true. And I look back at, everything that I've done in my life up until now, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that. And if you can't do that about this situation, I mean, I don't even know what else to do other than my part. And every person has their own scale of what they're doing to bring down the curve. And I'm so thankful for everyone, even just putting in a little bit of effort, whatever it may be, to change their day-to-day lives so that we don't contribute more to this, right? Like, I see the skip the dishes people come up to my house bringing me my mucho burrito, and they're fucking gloved, masked, like giving me my food, and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. But
you are an asshole.
I'm a dick. But
I haven't. That's another thing that I haven't fucking done in what feels like a month.
What?
I haven't eaten out. I have not eaten fast food. I haven't eaten anything. I've only eaten at home for the last
I mean, I have
more weeks.
I still order as much as I can, and because I'm kind of taking advantage of it. Like I went and got like my food that I needed to last me, whatever, and then I still ordered food when I can. And I'm tipping like double the actual amount because I'm like, oh my god, but it's I'm kind of taking advantage of that right now until it's not there anymore because Skip the Dishes will be shut down.
Yeah.
So it is not essential. It's not, and it will be shut down. So I'm kind of like, okay, well, I haven't left the house in 11 days, and I want a burrito. So
I know, and now that you've said burrito, I really want a burrito. I might have to get a burrito.
I mean, they're bringing it to you. Most people are bringing it, and now Skip the Dishes, they're not actually touching. They're putting it on your steps and stuff. They don't even come in contact with you. So
contactless delivery, which I think is smart.
Yeah, I think I mean, I bring the food in. I wash my hands immediately because I touch something that they touch, even though they're wearing gloves. I don't know how long those gloves have been on their hands, but that's also the tattoo artist in me, where I'm like, when I wear gloves, I don't touch things.
Right.
So I take off my gloves. You know what I mean? Like I see people wearing gloves, and I'm like, how long have you been wearing those gloves for? Like. That's kind of where we're all kind of at a benefit of looking at this, because it's like no, change those out. I changed all my gloves and I'm tattooing 50 times. Like that's just the norm. So
do you have like a stockpile of gloves at home?
Not anymore. No, I gave a whole bunch of my stuff, but
well, that's good.
Yeah, I have some at the shop.
Yeah,
I have a couple boxes, but I have two, I think, that I'm like, I kind of need those when I go back, but everything else is
I don't even know if we can order that. Can we order that shit on Amazon? Even though
Amazon's only shipping health supplies.
What do you mean?
So, like they're not shipping anything else right now. Amazon, they're waiting until anything on Amazon, even if you're a Prime member, they're waiting until the 3rd week of April, I think, to ship.
What?
Everything is delayed. Oh yeah, Amazon is delaying everything because unless it's a necessity, they're not shipping it right away.
What? I got a huge delivery yesterday, and
I got earplugs yesterday, but they're considered health.
No, but I mean, I got a fucking like mini hockey net yesterday.
When did you order it?
Like a couple days ago. Like no, they're still, and I bought a mouse pad.
What? Okay, well I'm gonna try now because I'm putting on a lot of my art supplies.
No, like I know we just talked shit about Amazon, and now we're gonna.
Oh no, I would never not admit to how much I ordered from Amazon.
No, but like legitimate. I bought because I bought street hockey balls. And like a teeny tiny little net, because I'm just like, if I don't have hockey, I can play it on the Xbox, and then I can go downstairs and shoot balls at a net.
Yeah.
Because
Andre and we'll sit there and be like, we need this. We'll just order it off Amazon. I mean, because like, I'd rather just not go to the store for it. I mean, not a month ago, 3 weeks ago, when this all was happening, I was like, man, I'm going to order toilet paper off of Amazon because I thought that was really funny. This was before it all started before we knew how big it was.
Right. I
was like, I should just order a couple packs of 24s. And Andre's like, why? That seems ridiculous. I'm like, I know it's toilet paper, but like, why not?
Oh,
sure enough.
Oh, look at you.
Sure enough. But like, I didn't know. I just ordered it from Amazon because it was easy. And I was like, well, fuck, I don't want to go to the grocery store. But that's how lazy we are. But I don't know.
That makes sense. Well, yeah.
It's a better option than going and risking yourself at the grocery store.
It is. So. It is. Yeah, you should look into that and see if you can order other stuff other than health.
But yeah,
stuff.
I need more paintbrushes.
Oh, you can definitely get paintbrushes on there. I guess that's the lesson of today is Amazon's Jeff Bezos is an asshole, but we're still going to keep ordering. But we're
still going to keep using it.
Yep.
Because we have to. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, are you gonna do other interviews with other people and stuff to kind of like create more content? Because it's kind of interesting. It's nice to talk about it. It's nice to hear people talk about it. And
you mean like do more of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did one yesterday. I'm doing this one with you today, and then I'm probably going to keep going and do one every day.
I love it. I think it's so cool. I love going live with people now. I think a couple people regret going live with me.
Yeah, I kind of regret.
I'm trying to be as politically correct and non-offensive as possible. But at this point, who the fuck cares?
Oh, fuck it. The world's ending.
Don't say things like that. The world isn't ending.
No, it's not ending. It's just
Do you want to know how much I think the world is ending? I took the case off my phone.
Oh, look at you.
I took the case
Is
off
that
my
because
phone.
you clean it often?
Yeah, that's why. I wipe it down like every hour.
Ah, okay.
So, it's on my face. Well, not on my face, but I hold it the most out of anything.
I need to get in a better habit of cleaning my phone more often.
Yeah. Well, it's the number one thing. I mean, keys even. Like, I touch my car keys and I'm like, huh. But I think it'll definitely give people more perspective going out of this on how germs work. And I think we'll actually be a healthier society because of it too, because we're all going to be a little more aware of germs. Like, and that's why the biggest thing for tattoo artists is they're like, no, we're sanitary. Yes, we are, but this thing is airborne and clings to your clothes, so
it's not airborne,
it doesn't matter.
Though. It's
what?
It's not airborne.
No, but like when you can sit on your clothes, like it stays on things.
Yeah, it'll stay on your clothes and stuff like that. But it's not.
No.
It's not.
Sorry,
airborne.
anyone. Don't. I'm not a medical person. Don't listen to me. But and we're all trying to be like, oh, we're so sanitary and we're doing such a good job and we take all these precautions and that's great and amazing and thank you. But at the end of the day, the biggest ultimate deterrent of this is not doing it. And
yes,
coming out of this, I hope people like once you're a tattoo artist for a decent amount of time, everything is gross to you. Everything is gross to you. Everything is contaminated. You look at the way people are and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe she just touched that. Like, everything changes for you.
Yeah.
So I hope that if people come out of this being like, okay, let's be a little more conscious of our germs spreading and like how gross we really are. So
I don't think they're going to learn at all because I went to go fill up my truck. I think it was
60 cents a liter.
I think it was I filled it up at 67 cents like last weekend. And I was in line at Costco gas and every single person at the pump, none of them, they were all touching the pump with their hands.
No gloves or anything.
No gloves or anything. And I got out I had gloves with me and I wore gloves to and I was getting like weird looks from people and I'm like, you're all fucking insane.
Gross.
And this is like the curve has already started. Like there were already cases in Alberta. There was more than 100 cases in Alberta at that point. And it was like, no, you guys are all fucking like the government was already telling us to stay home and they're all using the pump with their fucking hands. I'm like, you're stupid. You're all dumb. So yeah, no, if I leave the house and I have to, cause I got to fill up the car, I got to take the car out and let it run. Cause it hasn't run for.
Oh, I'm going to take the moment is like, if we're still on if we're still on quarantine or whatever, or lockdown and like it's April and like the streets are cleaned, I'm out. I'm gone.
No, it will be.
I'm gone.
Yeah. It will be April and then we will still be locked down.
Yeah. I'll ride the shit out of my bike then. I don't care.
No, and that's fair. I'm calling it right now. It's going to like
I'm predicting like that we won't be able to go back to work till May.
Yeah.
Maybe June.
I'll probably be working from home until I mean, I will have to go into the office at some point. But as long as I will bring Lysol wipes with me and just fucking
Oh yeah, I mean, you just gotta be conscious of everything, and if you have to do something, you have to do it. Not being in contact with people. I mean, I'm gonna take maybe for vehicle ride. And just drive around with her because she loves being in the sun in the car. It's her favorite thing. So, just things to keep yourself sane. If you have to get out of the house, do it. But
yeah,
I know people who are still having like quarantine parties where there's like 5 to 10 people in a house, and it's like, guys, it's not just another fad movement of a hashtag. It's actual real life.
Yeah.
So
I'm just happy I had a couple fucking like I had 2 different instances where I kind of had like panic attacks almost where like I kind of was just like, oh shit, like early on where it was like, fuck, like the world is literally going to crumble and we're all going to die, and like
I have nightmares of Mad Max happening. I have nightmares of us literally getting to the point, and I shouldn't say this because this is fear mongering, but I wake up in like sweating because I'm like, oh my God, what's gonna happen if someone wants to try to like eat my dog? Like,
I'm gonna have nightmares about that now.
I'm sorry,
with my
but you know what I mean? Like that's what I know. So it's like dramatic, but
no, because that's your kid.
Yeah, she's my baby, but I don't know. It's so weird, like where your mind goes. Like I talked to Devin, and Devin's so funny because he like jokes around about it. And then we're like silent, and we're like, "Oh shit!"
Wait,
like
this could actually happen.
Yeah. You should bring Devin on. He honestly,
Oh my God. I definitely want to do one with Devin.
He's he's a smart kid. He is so smart and always has things to say, whether you agree with him or not, but they're non-biased too. Like
No,
he's able to have a conversation with you and just really finally, I mean, Vancouver does something to some people, but he he's able to just like have a really good conversation. Even Brandon, they're both kind of like in a weird spot now where they have to just kind of be humans and not,
totally
think that they're better than everything. So.
It's funny how the social distancing is like brought.
Dude, we FaceTimed me, Brandon, and Devin, and my dad.
Yeah, I know. I've been FaceTiming more with my
I've never been in a conversation with my brothers like that.
Yeah,
for that
like
long.
The distance has actually brought certain aspects of like people closer together, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
it's a really good thing. And like even you and I don't talk regularly, but like
no.
because of this, it's like, all right, let's do this and just jam it out and fucking.
Yeah, I think if anything, how many people you communicate with. I reached out to my friend Lauren Bollock. I don't know if you remember her, but really close friend of mine from high school.
Okay.
Who I was a complete asshole to. Like I treated her like shit, and I did some pretty bad things like in our early years of being an adult, and I was pretty shitty to her. And I reached out to her, and she reached out to me kind of the same time through like, show me your dog. Here's a picture of my dog on Instagram, and we ended up talking and kind of just like buried it and like talked about life. And I was like, oof, I was like crying. I was like super emotional about it because she's so wonderful and I missed her.
Right.
And this whole thing has just kind of brought out some forgiveness in people and reality checks to some people, and also made you realize who you don't need to give your energy to anymore.
Totally.
And it's a really humbling process. And I think once we can all look at it that way, it'll be great. Some people get there before others, and I understand that, but I'm super thankful for it.
Well, and life's too fucking short to hold certain grudges and hold any grudges, really. Like it's just life is.
That's what I mean by energy. It's like direct it where you need to go.
Exactly, and yeah, you get put in a tough position like this, and you can really see people's true colors.
Yeah, whether it's an awakening of like, oh shit, I'm kind of done with that person, or wow, I didn't realize that person was that,
Yep.
awesome. So.
No, and that's totally okay. Like that's just life.
Yeah. But day by day.
Day by day.
Day by day. I'm gonna paint my heart out, and I'm still doing lots of commissions and keeping myself busy.
Yep.
And I haven't had to resort to getting a fans only account yet, so we're good. We're good.
No, I got a couple subscribers on my OnlyFans, but
I'm gonna do one for my armpit hair.
Oh, good.
I'm just gonna show the progress of my armpit hair, and
mine's for my toes.
Okay, yeah. People will pay for that shit.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post like day by day comparisons or like couple day comparisons of my armpit hair growth and see how much money I can make. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna do it.
No, you should. You should.
Yeah,
people will pay for that. But I think that's a good place to wrap it up for today. But thank you so much for coming on and talking about all this with me.
It was an absolute pleasure.
I missed you, and I can't wait to hang out with you once all this shit
you can finally meet Andre.
Yes, fuck, I still haven't met Andre, but like once all this
amazing.
Shit magically wraps up, I'll come get tattooed, and you can start on my arm and whatnot.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, I hope that you and your family and your pups and everyone stays safe, and I'm looking forward to your other live sessions, and we'll just keep doing it day by day.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do I think we're gonna do these every day because they're
awesome.
Fun.
I really enjoy them.
Thanks so much.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.